Was as young as some of the ladies here, which make me happy. And one of our team member, Dua, if she stands to see her, I would. Dua from Iraq. She used to live in Canada. When I was her age, 23 or 24, just because I put scarf on my head, I've been victimized by the regime. Not many heard about this. Not many know about this kind of violence. All they know about Muslim women, they've been forced to put scarf by the family. I've been arrested from the work where I were after 3 months of my graduation from engineering school, just because I put scarf, just because I refused to join Ba'ath Party. Tortured for 6 months by the tyrant regime of Saddam, then sentenced for execution. I guess I'm lucky. I'm now talking and standing. Then I've been sentenced for life in execution, then they reduce it for life in prison. Spent 11 years in prison, then I be released in 91. Don't ask me how old I am, please. Then I managed to flee the country after the Gulf War, and I managed to immigrate to Canada. Spent almost 14 years. I think by just calculation of the year, you know my age now. 14 years in the exile, and then I went back. Why? Because I want to make change in my country after the fall of the regime. I've been elected in the first parliament member. I participate in drafting the constitution. And here I am. For 4 years, I come to talk about Iraqi women. I feel the responsibility to speak about whoever can't. I witnessed execution of 25 female in the prison. So I feel like I have to talk about what Muslim women suffer. From what between a bracket may be considered Muslim government, right? Because I'm in a country which be considered a Muslim country, Iraq. So that's one of the things that I want you guys to know. It's not just because we put scarf, we are victimized. Sometimes we victimize because we choose to put scarf on our head. And we stick to our principles, we stick to our standards. Because I refuse the Ba'ath Party considered to be a fifth columnist and being victimized. From Muslim woman perspective, I want just to tell you also about how in Islam, because my friends, they talk about women of faith, Jacqueline, she mentioned that. So I want to talk just about how Muslims see the perspective of family in Islam. Despite the major developments in women's life, but violence still considered to be a staining affront of humanity. It is a stain in the record of human civilization. Statistics indicate that 1 of every 3 women in the world are exposing to violence at least once in her life. And most of cases, it is domestic violence, which means nobody knows about it. As a Muslim woman, I want to give introduction of how in the perception of family, which included women as part in, been seen in Quran. By nature, a human being is both community and family oriented. One cannot live by her or himself. The family's entity is the foundation stone for the society's entity. Also, harmony within a family brings to life the spirit of humanitarianism and instills the sense for the need for cooperation between them, both family and society. If this spirit of cooperation flourishes and becomes straightforward within the family, all this will lead to creating cohesion among the members of the society. For the family is part of the society and its own foundation. Just as the individual is part of the family's entity, religions, and among them Islam, has paid a great deal of attention to the family, determining for each of its members his rights, preventing anyone from violating others' rights, and obligating everyone to respect everyone else within the family. I would like to point out to the principles through which the integrated system for a family can be understood in the light of teachings of the Islam religion. The father has obligations towards his children. Also, they have obligations toward him. The mother has obligations toward her children, and they too have obligation toward her. All these obligations differ according to the differences in the age and situation. The husband has obligations toward the wife, and she has obligations toward him. It must be kept in mind that when Islam puts forth the limits which differentiates obligations versus rights, it prompts all family members to create the spirit of affection, cooperation, mercy, and love. So these obligations, as well as safeguarding them, may become a means for anyone to satisfy the desire for affection and love, instead of being unavoidable obligations like military rules and regulations imposed by government offices. Such is the creed in its shining face, for which prophet and messengers invited people, starting from our father Adam, peace be upon him, up to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. It has been narrated that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had said, "Glories God said is to be gentler with the female than male. And if any male that offers happiness to a woman that is relative to him, God will bless him with happiness on Judgment Day." And this statement might be easy, we hear it now, but it has been said in what we call pre-Islamic Arabia, where violence against women began at birth in the form of female infanticide, which means killing alive. They take the baby girl and bury it alive. Islam prohibited the